In the second part of pure substances and mixture, we talk about the type of pure substance and mixture. So we begin by element and compound, and after that we talk about homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. So for a pure substance we have two types. We have an element and a compound. We start by the element. So an element is a substance that cannot be separated into simpler substances. We currently know over 117 elements that are identified. For example, aluminum, arsenic, bromine, chromium, or cobalt. Each element is written as alphabetical symbols to name the elements. For example, for barium, we use the two letters B and A. The first letter must be capitalized, the second not. On the other hand, other elements like carbon, we use only one letter. Here we have the C, but as capital letter. So for the over 117 elements, all they are written as two letters or one letter. In these two letters, the first letter is always capitalized. The second, no. So here for the second letter we see like cobalt, and for the one letter like, for example, carbon or hydrogen. We use only one letter. So this is for the element. An element is a substance that cannot be separated into simpler substances. Now let's talk about compound. A compound is a substance or a pure substance that is composed of at least two elements, 3, 4 or more. So here we have the first element that reacts with the second element to obtain a compound of two elements. So a compound is obtained by the addition of elements. So here the addition we mean the reaction between elements. This is an example. So we give some example of compound. For example, carbon dioxide. It is formed from one element of carbon plus two oxygen. Here we have two elements of oxygen, or oxygen gas. It is formed from two elements of oxygen, one oxygen plus one oxygen. Or here we have H2O. Also here we have one atom of oxygen plus two atoms of hydrogen, and so on. Now let's talk about the type of mixtures. We have two types of mixtures, either homogeneous or heterogeneous. A homogeneous mixture is a mixture with no visible boundaries and is uniform throughout. For example, the air that we breathe, sugar water, salt water, all these are homogeneous mixture. So if we talk about a homogeneous mixture, for example, we have water here in this container, and we'll add a spoonful of sugar. This is sugar. And if we, after adding the sugar to the water and after stirring, if we stir, we'll observe that nothing changed. We have always the same aspect, the same appearance of the liquid. So here we have a uniform we have a liquid that is uniform and with no visible boundaries. This is an example of a homogeneous mixture. Now let's talk about heterogeneous mixture. A heterogeneous mixture is a mixture with visible boundaries and is not uniform to what? Like water and oil. So for example, we use the same water here and we'll add it some small volume of oil. This is oil. We'll add it to this water, and what we'll observe after that? We'll observe that there is a boundary between two. We have water here, we have water and the oil on the water. So here we have a visible boundaries. We have a visible boundary, so here it is not uniform. With visible boundary. So it is the difference between the homogeneous and a mixture. A heterogeneous mixture is a mixture with visible boundaries. Now let's review what we have done so far. So we have matter. A matter, we said that it can be either a pure substance or a mixture. So matter can exist either as a pure substance or as a mixture. The pure substance can exist as an element or as a compound, like carbon dioxide or oxygen gas, or a compound. Here. So element, we said, like hydrogen, or compound as carbon dioxide. A mixture, we have two types of mixture. We have homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Now look at this summary. So we have matter that can exist like pure substance or mixture. How can we go from the mixture to the pure substance? Because a mixture is composed of pure substances, of 2, 3 or more substances. We can go from a mixture to a pure substance by physical means. Physical means. Here I mean physical means a physical process that is used to separate the pure substances. For example, we have a mixture composed of water and salt. We can separate the salt from the water by heating the water. So the physical means, we can use heat as a physical means, filtration, distillation, and so on, chromatography and so on. Different physical means. These means are easy to handle and they don't consume a lot of energy. They are simple means. Okay, so to go from a mixture to a pure substance, we use physical means. Right. Now, so here the mixture, either it is homogeneous or heterogeneous. In both cases, we can separate the mixture into its pure components. It's easy. Now, for a pure substance, we said that a pure substance can exist either as a compound or an element. How can we go from the compound to the elements? Here we use chemical means. Chemical means. For example, if we have to break down the molecule, the compound H2O, the water, we can break it down to H and O. How? By chemical means that we call it electrolysis. Electrolysis. We have different chemical means to separate compound into its elements components. So that's all for the type of pure and mixtures.